want a better life for my family. What's next?
I'm looking to better my career. What's next?
I just graduated from high school. What's next?
I dropped out of high school. What's next?
I'm the first in my family to go to college. What's next?
I just lost my job. What's next?
I just got out of the military. What's next?
I've just been released from prison. What's next?
I don't know what's next for me.
Don't know what's next for you? Join me, Dr. Renee Cintron, on the What's Next Louisiana Podcast and discover the possibilities with Louisiana's community and technical colleges. Welcome to the What's Next Louisiana Podcast. My name is Renee Cintron, and this podcast is meant to inform and inspire. If you are looking for a change in career or trying to learn anything about career options or what's available across the state, our community colleges, this podcast is for you. We are celebrating Community College Month, and with us, I have a stellar group of individuals who are going to share their community college experience, as well as some of the things that are offered at our community colleges. With that, I'm going to go around the room here and get some of the guests to introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about who they are and what their community college experience has been and will be so far. Let me start with Raynell Hernandez, adult education student and graduate at River Parishes Community College. Raynell, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. I just like to thank y'all for giving me this opportunity to share my educational journey. I am an ESL instructor here at River Parishes Community College in the Gonzales campus. I did graduate with my high set, and I transitioned to the River Parishes Community College. I got my associate's in science, and I am currently on the track to graduate Nichols State with my bachelor's in science degree. And I just want to let everyone know that not all of just coming from the high set to community college to a four-year college, it has been a very eye-opening, life-changing journey. And if you don't know anything, ask. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Some of you aren't familiar with email. I wasn't coming into the community college setting, but everyone here at the community college were so understanding. And if you ask a question more than once, it's okay. Just go ahead and ask.
Great. Thanks, Raynell. And I'm glad you talked about asking questions. I have a whole bunch of questions for y'all in a minute. I'm going to ask Krista Eggert from Louisiana Delta Community College, who's a dual enrollment student and graduated with her associate's degree recently, to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about you and your community college experience.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for having me on this podcast. I appreciate the opportunity. I have been going to Delta for several years now, and I am about to finish graduating with my associates in business and technology. I've really enjoyed my experience, and I also live in Lake Providence, so I'm away from the main campus, but I've been doing a lot of online stuff and a lot of dual enrollment when I was in school, and I have really enjoyed the opportunity that Louisiana Delta Community College has given me, and everybody has been so helpful. And I want to encourage, anybody who's interested in dual enrollment or in winter classes or in college at Louisiana Delta to go ahead, because it's been a great experience for me.
Thank Krista for that introduction. I'm gonna want to go back when we get to the questions and learn more about your experience as a college student and a high school student at the same time. That's pretty interesting. Up next, Vicki Willis, who's the Director of Adult Education at Louisiana Delta Community College. Vicki, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what opportunities does the college have to offer?
Well, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to be here on this podcast. So yeah, at Louisiana Delta Community College and probably most of the LCTCS colleges in general, As the director of the adult ed program, of course, that's where we have a lot of people who start their trek at our college. So they'll come in for services through adult education and then move on. We have the opportunity to get them concurrently enrolled, very much like Krista was the dual enrollment high school student. But here at the college, not only do we have adult education, but we have almost everything from literally A to Z. We have the academic side of the house, we have the technical side of the house, and then you've got the adult education side. So there's a lot to offer. We can get you hands-on training, technical skills under your belt to prepare you quickly for the workforce, or we can stretch you out a little bit longer and get that 2-year associate degree. So it's really a smorgasbord. Whatever you're wanting, we pretty much have it to offer. So we welcome everybody, one and all.
Thanks, Vicki. And I know I'm going to want to know more about the majors that you offer and that are in common in the other community colleges as well here pretty soon. But before we get to the commonly asked questions, I've received a list of commonly asked questions from around the state that I want to throw at you to give us your perspective as students, as staff members. Renelle, you as a student and a teacher, I mean, you've done a little bit of both there. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break and listen to this message.
Did you miss your chance to register for spring classes? Don't worry, because River Parishes Community College offers an 8-week mini-master that starts March 15. Sign up now for courses at an affordable rate. Start here, go anywhere. Enroll now at rpcc.edu.
All right, and we're back. Here with us, I have a nice panel with Renelle Hernandez, who's a River Parish Community College graduate and now attending Nichols. Krista Eggert from Louisiana Delta Community College, a student who was dually enrolled in high school and earning her associate's degree. And Vicki Willis, who's the director of adult education at Louisiana Delta Community College. So I want to start with Renelle. Go back to you for a second. You mentioned a whole bunch of stuff, but I want to ask you, because I get this question a lot about transferring. You went from River Parishes Community College to Nichols State University. How was your transfer experience? How well were you prepared at the community college to go to the university setting? Anything to share with the audience about your experience as a transfer student?
Sure. So I did come in the community college wanting to become a nurse. And so I had more like a one-track mind. But as I completed more classes, I realized that my passions were to help others in the same situation as me, who necessarily might not have finished their high SED or a high school diploma. And so that's why I chose to come into the adult education and, work after my degree. But throughout the process of attaining my 2-year degree, I was just kind of asking questions about different degrees. And I just decided to finish my 2-year here because I was doing prereqs for nursing school and realized that I really didn't have that much longer until I finished one more semester and I finished my 2-year degree. So I went ahead and finished that. Now, when I transferred to Nichols, I was on the nursing track. I did not get to enter into my nursing program that I wanted, but I didn't let that stop me. I just continued to get my health and wellness degree, and that's what I'll be graduating in. The advisors here helped me understand what I needed to finish to get that degree, and I just had so much help here. I think that's also why I came back to work here at River Parishes Community College, because everyone had a personal agenda to help me understand the matrix or something I didn't understand. And that's why I think it's important to ask questions, because I wouldn't be here today if all these people at student services, financial aid didn't help me. I definitely wouldn't be here. So I just thank everyone and y'all who work in the community college and help with dual enrollment. I contribute everything that my success has done, that I have so far, to everyone in this journey.
That's wonderful, Renelle. And I understand that you're at River Parishes and you're teaching classes. Can you
Yes.
tell me what classes you teach? What are some of the courses that are available there?
Okay, so I just started my new position as an ESL instructor, but I do assess with the adult education side. So we do assessments, I do intake, and then we just kind of cater to individuals based on their assessments. We also do, we are the Student Success Center, which means that we have partnered with TRIO, which is the college side. They do tutoring. So our students get tutoring. We do career readiness. We also help people with who want, not so much they might have a high set, but they want to prepare for a program here at the college. So I will get them packets. I will reading, math, or language plus the tutoring, or they can freshen up on their computer skills. We have a program called North Star Digital Literacy, and we have just an array of different programs that will meet everybody's individual needs.
That's great. Thanks. It sounds to me that the support that you received while you were a student, now you're in the staff side, providing that help and support to students, and that's wonderful. I wanna ask Vicki if you can jump in here and add to what Renelle has just mentioned about the services and things that are provided to students, but specifically to the adult education student, those who are coming to us without a high school diploma, who are entering college. What classes can they register for? What support do you give? What are the majors available? Can you tell us a little bit about that, Vicki?
Sure. Here at Louisiana Delta, as the students come in, we do, sort of a career assessment with them, and we find out what it is that they are interested in. Because once they get enrolled with us and we know where they're headed, we have opportunities for them to do other things. The state offers the college offers the 5 for 6 scholarship, where we can get them concurrently enrolled, so that they can be in their career pathway, tracking, doing some college credit, working towards their high set, and sort of fast track their way through. And I think a lot of people, when we say fast track their way through, a lot of people think that we're expecting them to just speed through, where that's really not it. We're fast tracking in the sense that they are taking college courses while they are focusing on completing their high set, but they're doing them at the same time, but at the same rate of speed that they would be doing one or the other, so to speak. So we do focus on that with our students. They can go into the welding side of things, ultimately to prepare them to go into process technology or industrial instrumentation, CNC. They can also go into the business side, and we get them involved in the customer service so that they do come out with an IBC there. Because we do want to focus on getting them an IBC along with their college credit, so that maybe we could move them to the alternative pathway for their high set or their HSE attainment. So we just focus on multitudes of things. It's like we're kind of a one-stop shop these days. We're not the old adult ed program of days gone by, because we do more. And Raynell kind of hit on it. When you have students who come in, they may come to us with a high school diploma, but they may have a skills gap that we can help to fill that gap for them. So we literally work with everyone from 16 to 99, provided those young ones fit our criteria and meet the eligibility requirements.
Yeah, thanks for that, Vicki. And getting that IBC, getting that industry credential alongside, whether it's getting your high school equivalency or your credit degree, whether it's an associate's or certificate or technical diploma, I think that those are important, because it signifies a level of skill that you've gained along the way that is mapped directly with the industry demands that they have for the employees rather, going forward. There's a couple of things, and I'm going to ask Krista to jump in for a second here. And I think you mentioned you were studying and graduating with your associate's degree in business. Is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Good. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What kind of classes did you have in your major? How was your registration process? How was your whole experience, especially as a high school student, because you're also graduating high school as well, right?
Absolutely. Well, I have already graduated high school. That was last year, but I did quite a few hours of dual enrollment, and I think it was a great experience for me because it's a great bridge from high school to college. A lot of kids, I feel like a lot of times struggle with, learning how to study on their own schedule and all that kind of stuff when they all of a sudden jump into full-time college. And so dual enrollment was great for that for me. And it was also good because I could start getting ahead of things and get stuff done sooner. So I spent a lot of time. I believe, 3 semesters, I did several classes for dual enrollment. And, I was obviously concerned going in because I was like, well, I don't know how this is, I don't know, how I'm going to be able to handle all of this. But, as I started doing 1 class at a time and then 2 classes at a time, and, I got into it and got into the role of things, and it really helped me. And now that I am in college full time, I feel like it definitely helped me, learn how to cope with how college works and learn how to study and do well on my own schedule. And it was really good for that. And I've loved my experience, in my degree in business and technology. And it's just been a great overall experience. My advisor, Ryan Pierce, has helped me so much, understanding and figuring out what I need to take and what to do. And I honestly haven't been too confused over a lot of things because he's straightened a lot of things out for me. And I super appreciate that and has got me on the right track. But I'm going to graduate here in this spring, so super excited for that. And because the dual enrollment classes I've taken, and also because of winter classes that I've taken several years, I'm graduating quite a bit early than normally I would have. And it's not due to me being smart at all. I'm a very average intelligence person. It's just I've been able to kind of fast track with, the stuff that Louisiana Delta Community College has provided with dual enrollment and then winter classes and stuff like that. So I've loved it.
Yeah, I think what I hear you say is that you started early. You did 2 things at the same time. High school, yes, and your associate's degree, and then you finished high school, then got your associate's degree. But it's also something that Vicky was talking about, folks earning their certificate while they're industry credential, rather, while they're working on their credit programs. So tell me a little bit about how, registering for classes. I know that while you were in high school, probably the high school helped you register for classes. Now that you're a college student this past year without the high school, how did you register for classes? What was it like? Did you have an advisor? Did you have some support there? What was that process like?
I did have an advisor help me, and that was really great because they were able to help walk me through stuff. And then I got to where I could do it on my own. It was a little confusing because I hadn't ever really done it before. But I just got online and into Lola, and you click all the classes things. It's pretty straightforward, once somebody explains it to you. So I appreciated that. And it's not too hard to, drop a class if you have to, or to add a class, or, usually the advisors and the teachers have been really great working with me if I need a class here or don't need it there, and help me work around my schedule and stuff like that. So that was really good.
Thanks, Krista, for that. It's good to hear that Lola, which is the student portal where students go to register, find out about their financial aid, their bill, everything that you need to do as a student, update your email addresses and things like that, that you were able to get some help getting into that and registering yourself and coming to the end of your associate's degree journey.
Yeah.
Renelle, I want to ask you something, because you mentioned a bit ago, and I just said the word email, there's that you had trouble with your email at the beginning. Now you're good with it. You're obviously you are, because you received the invitation to get on the show here, and you're good with that. But tell me a little bit about the experience with the learning management system. That's a whole different deal than your email. It's where you go in to take your classes and, Canvas. Tell me a little bit about your experience there.
Sure. So getting into Canvas, once you get into Lola and you actually have your classes, you're registered, then there's Canvas. That's where you access your assignments and where your syllabus is going to be, and a calendar. And also I was able to have access to my instructors. It was very helpful, and it was something new to me, because back then when I was in school, we didn't have anything like that. We really had, the floppy disks. So it was coming from that to a whole assignment on Canvas and learning how to navigate. So actual helpful links on Canvas, and having to go through technology help. They have a lot of technical assistance. They even have it here at the community college. If you can't get into your Chromebook, or you need specific, camera access to camera, or the newest update, the IT will be able to help you with that. So I went through the YouTube tutorials, and they helped me a lot. And of course, my instructors were there to help me with any questions I had.
Ronelle, you got a little bit ahead of my next question, because that sounds like a lot that you went through and did as you took your classes in this, not just the online environment, but the in-person environment as well. So you mentioned your instructors. Can you expand on their support, their expertise, anything good, bad that you want to share with us about your experience with your instructors?
Definitely nothing bad. My instructors were here at the community college they just kind of put fuel under my fire. So they encouraged me to be involved with the school. I was vice president of Gamma Beta Phi. I was involved in the English Honor Society, the Kappa Delta, and I was SGA. So I was a senator representative. And it was just seeing, and some of the sponsors for those clubs were my instructors. And so just seeing them, how involved and passionate they were to letting us know what events were being held at the community college, because it's a community. It showed us, hey, there's more to this educational experience than just us trying to get our degree. We can contribute to the community. So I used their inspiration and their resources, and I was involved a lot in my 2 years that I was here. And so now at Nichols, I am chair of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council. So I'm still involved in any professional development that I get into. I definitely try to do here now at my current job. So yeah, they were definitely inspired me to just become more and use my education to help others.
That's definitely what I picked up. Your instructors and the support that you received while you were a student definitely inspired you to continue and pass that on. I mean, you've said that earlier, all the different services. That's right. And Vicki, I want to turn to you. Anything that we haven't talked about yet as far as the community college experience from your point of view? What are some of the things that are available that we haven't gotten a chance to talk about so far?
Well, let me back up and go specifically with the adult ed students coming in. Some of the things that we do offer through our program that I think a lot of people really are not aware of is we do run our own come into the adult ed program, get involved in CNA training, and they come out with all of the same credentials that the students who go through on the academic side come out with. And we also in-house have several instructors who are certified to teach NCCER core. So those that are interested in going into the trades, the construction side or the manufacturing side, They can come in, get their NCCER core certification, and in that we embed lift truck certification, OSHA 10 certification, work keys, and the CPR. So, there are so many things that are available for students that I just wish that I could stand out on the street corner and grab everybody that walks by and pull them in, because there's something here for everyone. And I think that's one of the key pieces that's missing. It doesn't matter if you do have your high school diploma, if you don't have your high school diploma, or if you even have a college degree of some sort already. There is something here for everyone. Quite often you find people who, for whatever reason, their company is shutting down or moving everybody away, and they're not in line to move. They can't move for whatever reason, and they need to be reskilled. I personally can't do it in the adult ed side, but I know somebody that can. I can hook you up. I can help. So, just again, come one, come all. We've got something to offer to everyone. The sky is the limit, truly.
So Vicki, what would you say, with that sky's the limit and wanting to grab everybody into and expose them to what Louisiana Delta has to offer? But what would you say, why go to a community college?
So one of the main things that we tell our students is, it's very easy to be a big fish in a little pond, but sometimes it's very difficult to be a little fish in the big pond, or the little fish in the ocean. So it's an easy place to start because it's more like a family community here. There are smaller numbers in the classes. You do have an opportunity to not only get to know your classmates, but to really get to know your instructor, as Krista indicated with Ryan Pierce helping her out, and it's like that with every instructor that is here. It doesn't matter if it's an instructor on the college side academically or technically, or in the Work Ready U, adult education, Center for Adult Development program. It's just a small family. It's a great place to get your footing, to get all of your basics out of the way. If you know that you're headed to a four-year college, come to one of the community colleges, wherever you are located, partake in what they have to offer. The basics are the basics. They're the same classes. It doesn't matter if they come from, the 2-year side or the 4-year side. You're getting the same level of education in those basic courses. So it's just a great place to start. And then again, from here, the sky is the limit.
Thanks, Vicki. I'm going to go around with that same question. If you had to tell somebody why attend a community college, why is that? Renelle, we'll start with you, and then Crystal. Keep that in mind because you're next. Renelle, why community colleges?
I just want to agree with Miss Vicki, because it is a family. And I felt when it was time for me to transition to the 4-year college, I was actually a student worker in student services, also as a financial aid student worker. So as I was working in the front and it was time for me to graduate, I told everyone, I really am going to miss everybody because it was a family. I could just go upstairs and talk to my instructor, who wasn't my instructor anymore, and they could give me advice, and they would say, well, you're going to do fine. There might be 100 people in your class, but you're going to love it. And so I was like, thank y'all so much, because I was so nervous about leaving into a big college. And it worked out just like they said. Now graduating and just having this backbone of so much support and technical, like I said, the email, I'm going to touch back on the technical side. I had trouble trying to do the emails and the Canvas and all that, but just step forward, take it day by day, and we have lots of people here that can help you along the way.
Excellent. Thanks, Renelle. Krista, what are your thoughts? Why attend a community college?
I would say, as the other two said, that it is such, a family. I have appreciated my instructors so much. So many of them are, really amazing, and they really are encouraging and helpful in so many ways. It just really gave me a great start, especially with the dual enrollment and stuff like that. It gave me a great way to get into college and to ease in it. And I just appreciate all of what Louisiana Delta Community College has done for me. It's just a great place to be, and everybody is, willing to help. And somebody, if you can't find one person, you'll find another that's going to help you and help you get into what you need to, or help you find what you need to. And I just appreciate that about it so much.
Thank you, Krista. As I hear the answer to that question from the three of you, I pick up on a few themes. There's a lot of services, tutoring, workshops. There are transferable courses, as Vicky mentioned. The quality of instruction, as both Krista and Renelle have mentioned. Low cost is another. I don't think that was mentioned here, but I'll throw that one in myself. The cost of community colleges is typically a bargain, a low cost type of program for the same quality instruction and transferable content that you would find in other colleges or universities. I know we talked a little bit about online and in person. I'm going to throw in hybrid classes as well, and evening classes and dual enrollment classes, as Chris has brought up. And the type of courses that can be taken and the modality in which they can be taken is varied very much. So those are some of the things that I picked up through the conversation, as well as some of the information that I've received as we prepare this episode, and as we put together the questions for y'all. This has been great. What I want to do is we're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to hear what's next for each of our panelists. So let's take a quick break.
Ready for a change? Get the training you need in as little as 1 week at River Parishes Community College. The Reboot Your Career program at RPCC trains workers for available jobs and high-wage careers. Reserve your spot for $50 and get free or reduced tuition. Enroll now at rpcc.edu.
We're back. I want to ask each of you, what's next for you? What's next, personally, professionally, later today, whatever you want to answer, however you want it. Just what's next? Vicky, we'll start with you. What's next for you?
Well, I think what's next is to just continue striving to get more and more students through our doors. We know that the population is here, and we are here to serve. So that's what we're after.
I love it. Being here for students. Excellent. Renelle, what's next for you?
So after my graduation, I have been looking into some master's degree programs in public administration, just to help continue the process of either one day helping nonprofits, or either just staying in adult education and helping with administrative. So I'm just going to continue with my educational journey.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, and I wish you the best as you continue your educational journey. That sounds amazing. I want to hear all about it when you're closer to that other graduation, and maybe come back and visit with us. Krista, what's next for you?
Well, I am graduating soon, and I'm excited for that. And then I will be looking for a job. I'm stopping with my degree. It's a great degree that Louisiana Delta has offered me that will fit a wide variety of jobs. And I'm going to be looking for something in my town. And I'm excited to just get started on that path in my life. Excellent.
Krista, well, congratulations to you too on your high school graduation last year, your college graduation this year. And good luck finding a job. If there's anything we can do here to help, let's turn. I know this is usually the last question, but you're saying you're looking for a job. I want to ask Vicky and Renelle, piece of advice for Krista in looking and finding that job. Renelle.
Okay, so we actually have with the community college, I know Miss Sherry Wells, she there's a paper that students can fill out, and they can upload their resume. And so when employees come and they're looking for that degree or a person that fits their criteria, they will actually they will actually look for you. So I think that's a great idea. And I'm sure where your college is, the community college, they also have hopefully a similar program. Just keep looking. I mean, I decided after my graduation that River Parishes Community College is where I wanted to come back to work. So I went on their website and checked weekly. And so when something popped up, I took the chance and I went ahead and uploaded my resume. So yeah, it's just keep going, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.
So truly from an employer perspective, I'm going to tell you to first and foremost look at your social media and make sure that it is all clean and clear, that you do not have anything out there that will bar somebody from, wanting to look, because I'm just going to say employers do go out and look to see what is out there. And beyond that, do follow the same steps that Raynell said. I mean, continue looking, and even go to your local workforce development board, check with them and see what they may have to offer. And there might be an additional certification or training that they can add on top of what you've already got. And I do wish you the very best of luck.
Thank y'all for the advice.
That's such great advice. Thank you all for that. And Krista, thank you for letting me go out and add this question. I hope that was okay with you. Raynell, Vicky, Krista, thank you all very much for being in the episode today. I really appreciate your time. I know you have a whole bunch of other stuff going on as you help students, as you're planning your next move. So here in the episode, we've had Raynell Hernandez, adult education and credit graduate, who's now transferring to Nichols. She is from River Parishes Community College. She's also an instructor in ESL there. And I can keep going. You got a whole bunch of other stuff going on there. Vicki Willis, who's the director of adult education for Louisiana Delta Community College. And I know you have a whole bunch of other things to do too. In addition to that, services, students, the intake and those kind of things that you just mentioned throughout the episode. So I really appreciate your time. Krista Eggert from Louisiana Delta Community College, a dual enrollment student who graduated high school last year and now is graduating with her associate degree. And her next step is to go into the workforce. Thank you as well for being in the episode. I really appreciate each of y'all's time that you've taken, the insight that you've shared. And as always, our goal is to inform and inspire. And the three of you have done that. So thank you very much. Before we wrap things up, we want to take the time at the end of each episode to answer some questions from our listeners. If you have a question you would like us to answer, email us. What's Next Louisiana at lctcs.edu. You can visit us online at lctcs.edu/whatsnextla or tweet us at GoLCTCS. A special thanks to the What's Next Louisiana Podcast team. Aquina Grant, LCTCS Director of Communications. Landon Corbin, LCTCS Coordinator of Digital Outreach. April Smith, North Shore Technical Community College, Livingston Campus Dean. Jason Leader, Nunes Community College, Director of Communications. Darian Atkins, Louisiana Delta Community College, Director of Community and Public Relations. Until next time, I'm Dr. Renee Cintron asking you, what's next, Louisiana?